Yeah, you can see this. This is from 1979. The Ribos Operation. Okay, so you watch this episode, and then one of the first things that is obvious about this episode, they're talking about mining and minerals. Minerals and rocks, okay? Precious stones, alright? So there's your clues, alright? This is not so hard to figure out. Christopher Eccleston, alright? His last name, and they're talking about stones. Christopher Eccleston, he was in a number of movies and other TV series over the years. And one of the big movies he was in after Doctor Who, this was the live action film adaptation of the G.I. Joe cartoon and comic book. And they had a very popular line of action figures in the 1970s and 1980s. So Christopher Eccleston, he played Destro in this film. It's from 2009. Watch the Ribos Operation. You're looking for connections to G.I. Joe. There are plenty, okay? One thing you'll notice about these stories, the Ribos Operation, they highlight voices, alright? And many of the characters in this story, they have a very prominent and diverse vocal delivery. Okay, we're talking about voices. And yeah, another area where this applies to Christopher Eccleston is he didn't come back into the Doctor Who franchise until very recently. And his return, a radio drama, a voice drama, and this was Ravagers, and this just happened like a few months ago. Alright, so the voice actor for Destro in the 1980s G.I. Joe cartoon series, this is Arthur Burghardt. And if you're familiar with cartoons and animated series and movies, I guess more or less American, from the 1980s, you'll see this man's name appear credited again and again, and you'll hear his voice in these prominent shows and movies from the 1980s. Yeah, you want to look for different relationships, okay? Because, okay, Christopher Eccleston, he's tied to G.I. Joe and the character Destro. Okay, the voice actor for the cartoon version of G.I. Joe, Arthur Burghardt, alright? There are other relationships. Some of these may be hard to realize or accept, but just follow along, please. Alright, so there's a character in this Ribos Operation story. Unstoff, he's played by the actor Nigel Plaskett. Alright, so note the appearance of this character. He has some interesting ears. That's one thing that stood out to me. But you'll see that his appearance, he resembles one of the actual characters in a well-known cartoon TV series, and this is the real Ghostbusters. He looks like the character Ray Stantz. And of course, Ghostbusters, this was a hugely popular movie series. Okay, there's another clue. Now, the cartoon voice of Destro, Arthur Burghardt, he was part of Ghostbusters, and he played several characters in this series as well. All right, this is from 1986, 1987, 1988. Okay, in the storyline of the Ribos Operation, okay, there are many scenes in this, and they involve this strong room of this alien city, and there are many valuable jewels and treasures guarded in this building. And this reminded me of the Tower of London, where, of course, you had valuables and you had prisoners. Destro, all right. Destro, his distinguishing feature is his head. It's covered by some kind of metal mask. Okay, so Christopher Eccleston, he was in a movie, a zombie movie, 28 Days Later, and this was in 2002. Now, in the Ribos Operation, there are no zombies per se, but there is an interesting part of this serial that takes place in a catacomb, and these are like underground burial places. Okay, and I'll go ahead and make this prediction, and this regards to the future. All right, and so this hasn't happened yet, but I'm gonna predict this, and this may be shown in this episode as well. All right, so there's a dragon that guards the strong room, and the dragon is known as Shriven Zell. All right, so he's kept in an antechamber adjacent to the main strong room where the jewels and the riches and treasures are kept. Story in the scenes around this area, it involves locks and doors, etc. And I believe that this may hint at something to do with like a future movie adaptation of the Marvel comic book series. This was an X-Men offshoot, and this is Excalibur. And this series, it was set in the United Kingdom. So in this comic book, there was a dragon. All right, and when I was watching this, it made me think about Excalibur for some reason. So I'll make a prediction, and either Christopher Eccleston, he will voice this character. His name is Lockheed in Excalibur, and he's a dragon. So I think either Christopher Eccleston, he will play this character in a future movie. Either that or somebody involved with Christopher Eccleston in some movie he was in, or in the 2005 Doctor Who series. They may be involved with Excalibur. Garen, he's played by the actor Ian Cuthbertson. So this actor, he resembles strongly the actors Denholm Elliott and Randy Quaid. And they were both in a 1974 movie called The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz. And this also starred the actor Richard Dreyfuss. And that's very significant. I don't know the reason why, but the final appearance of Lalla Ward as Ramona, in 1981. She left after the episode Warrior's Gate. Now, there's a character in this episode of Warrior's Gate, Clifford Rose, actor, and he played this character Rorvik, and he was the captain of this ship, and they were using these feral aliens as navigation slaves, basically. And this actor, he strongly resembles Richard Dreyfuss, older, like he appeared in like the late 1980s, early 1990s. The subject of the story, there are these treasures. Denholm Elliott, he was in Indiana Jones and in The Last Crusade, alright? and this featured this rock. This rock city was cut out of a mountainside, and it's Petra. All right, and yeah, the boss of Formula One racing's Bernie Eccleston. He has a daughter named Petra Eccleston. Anyway, so that's interesting. But yeah, the subject matter, there are these treasures in this strong room, and in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, it focuses on the cup of Christ, the Holy Grail. And another actor in this movie, Julian Glover, he was in City of Death, Doctor Who serial, in the following years, and this also had Lalla Ward in it. Yeah, another character in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, he was played by Rhys Davies, actor, and yeah, and this could be a reference to Russell T Davies, who was the showrunner for Doctor Who in 2005. So there are a number of connections. And to sum this up, the Key to Time story arc, they seem to be showing the future actors who would play Doctor Who from the year 2005 to the present 2021, and it goes in a chronological format. So the Ribos Operation covers Chris Eccleston. He was Doctor Who for 1 year, one series, 2005. Yeah, the next serial is the Pirate Planet, and if this prophecy holds true, this series will cover David Tennant, and yeah, I already looked at some of it. It's true. Okay, the Stones of Blood, third part of Key to Time. There are many hints at actor Matt Smith, who was the 12th Doctor. The Androids of Tara. This covered Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi, from the year 2013. And yeah, there's a lot of hints in there also. Moving up to the present day, the next Doctor Who actor was Jodie Whittaker. She's still Doctor Who. And following this, there's an actor who has not yet been named, because this lies in the future from 2021. And I think there's a lot of hints in here that this actor will be Kris Marshall. So, yeah, follow along, please. And I'm not the biggest fan or expert at this subject matter. So if you are a diehard Doctor Who fan, you know about these actors, you know the characters, you know all the related movies and TV shows, etc., that they were involved with, take a look at this, bear this in mind, use this as your guide here, and I think that you will be totally surprised at how accurate this is. And yeah, there's maybe some things about the future in these shows. All right. So yeah, if you like my my videos, you can contact me. My email address is eastereggpsychic@gmail.com. And thanks for watching.